Cynthia, tell me your feelings about this evening.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in our youth. I'm disappointed in the response from their parents. This is heartbreaking. Everything that's happened in the past 13 days has been tragic. And then to add this to hurt our city, to hurt our community. We have so many limited resources here. If you look around here, you don't see Giant, you don't see Safeway, you don't see any major supermarkets. This is a food desert. People depend on food stamps and the local stores here and the city's market to eat. And you're tearing up the one area where people can shop. It doesn't make sense.
So this street here has just been looted, right?
Yes.
So there are the police officers over there.
Yes. And all the Baltimore City police officers are not bad people.
They're not bad people.
They're not bad people. There was a bad incident that happened, but just let the truth come out.
Yeah. And I understand you run a local shelter, right? And you recently won an award for your work for the community.
Yes.
I mean, what were you doing this evening when you found out this was happening?
I had went home and I thought it was going to be peace. This is called over East. There was peace over East until just within the last couple hours. My shelter's right up the street. I have women and children there. I had to come to make sure that they're going to be safe tonight.
How are they doing?
They're doing okay.
And has anything like this ever happened in your memory?
When I was in the 4th grade, when Martin Luther King was killed.
Really? So you were here in those riots?
Yes. And this city hasn't rebuilt from that. And now these are new riots. A shame. What a shame. Totally disappointed. My heart is broken. My heart is broken for my city. This is my city. I love Baltimore City. This hurts.
That's what the fuck they want. They want us to keep killing each other. Niggas doing that shit.
Did you see what happened here?
I wasn't here, but I understand the downtown locker room, the local shoe store was looted. And I see people running up and down, passing shoes out throughout the community.
Passing shoes?
Passing out shoes.
Shoes that they'd taken from the...
Yes. What a waste. What do you do tomorrow if you can't fit the shoes?
And tell me, you said this is a food desert.
Yes.
Explain for people who are watching what that means and what life is like down here.
Food deserts are not supermarkets. The medium income down here can't support a major supermarket. So you're left to use corner stores or markets to use what funds you have to buy groceries. And when you have a place like this, and if the market closes tomorrow, there's a lot of people that use the market. Johns Hopkins employees use it for lunch. The local residents use it to eat. They depend on it. You're 4 days out from checks coming into the street. And if you have nowhere to spend it, where do you go? Because they've messed up Diamond Mall. You have a supermarket over there, but that's trash now. So where do you go if you have limited resources? And your resources then get further limited because you don't have a choice. It's just really frustrating.
And what do you think is going to happen tonight? Because there's, we are just on one street corner, but there's things happening all over the city.
I think the governor's going to bring the troops in, and something's going to spark, and then some young person is going to get hurt, and then it's going to be blown out of proportion, and things are going to be made worse. But something has to give.
Something has to give.
Something has to give. Come on, man. Baltimore is not a city without its problems, but we never had these type of problems to this level.
And what do you remember of the riots in '68?
I remember it just being total chaos, not being able to come out of the house, being terrified, coming out once we were able to come out, seeing all the burned out buildings, the destroyed buildings, and having to go to school every day after that to through those neighborhoods that were burned and forgotten. Because if you look around, these aren't big major businesses in this area. So these are one-shop owners or mom-and-pop organizations that depend on the income from these businesses.
So this brings back memories of them?
Yes.
And what happened to Baltimore after those riots?
Baltimore came back. In the early 70s, we became a city of different neighborhoods, and it was beautiful. We had clean blocks, and everyone took pride in their areas. The white steps where it was the charm of the city. And we became one. And then crack came in. Crack. And it stole the soul of the city. This is the third generation of crack. These are the grandchildren of the very first crack users. These children weren't taught what we were taught: respect. Respect your community, respect yourself, respect your area. These kids are coming from families where there is very low structure.
And someone told me that you were involved in like some kind of a call for peace earlier. Is that right?
No.
That was someone else?
That was him.
That was that guy there, right? Yeah. You run a local shelter?
Yes.
Yeah.
And a food pantry where people come and get food every day. Yeah. Because even if you get food stamps or you work, this area has underemployed, unemployed, homeless. It's a very, they have the employed.
I can see as we're speaking, ma'am, that people are sending messages saying that what you're saying is very moving and is touching a lot of people. So I guess thank you for saying it.
It's the truth. And the truth needs to come out. That's all we need to wait for is the truth. Whatever happened that Sunday, the truth just needs to come out. That's it.
That's the truth about what happened to Freddie Gray.
Yes.
Because there will be people who will say that these riots have nothing to do with that.
This has nothing to do with Freddie Gray.
But tell me about what that death did to the community.
It gave them a catalyst. It gave you a reason to erupt. It gave you an excuse. His family asked for peace. We as citizens of Baltimore needed to do nothing but respect their wishes today. Just respect them. Allow them to bury their loved one. Allow them to mourn without this. And we couldn't do that. We couldn't honor their simple request. Shame on us for not being able to do that.
Cynthia, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And good luck. Okay, so that was Cynthia. She runs a local shelter. Appreciate all the feedback. Anyone who puts anything like offensive or racist in these comments, it will basically mean I have to either turn the comments off or stop broadcasting. So none of that, please. We'll just have to. I kind of like the comments because I can feed that in and we can get some reaction. But obviously, we're not going to tolerate offensive and racist stuff. I'll check in a bit later, but thanks for checking in, and we'll keep periscoping through the night. Thank you. Yes, with the Guardian US.